So the first thing we need to talk about are the procedures for class each day when we are in this initial virtual school that everybody will be participating in. Um, as you know, right now, for the first couple of weeks, everyone is going to be virtual. Um, that may be extended. It may just be for these first couple of weeks. Either way, even when we come back to school in person, you will have classmates that will be learning remotely, and so these procedures will apply. So this year, rather than Zoom, we are going to be meeting on Teams. Teams is a part of our Microsoft Office suite. So you will, when class begins each day, so you'll be getting a bell schedule, and our classes, even virtually, will follow the bell schedule. Just prior to class beginning, you'll log into the Canvas page, and there will be an announcement on your Canvas page with the link to the Teams meeting. It will not be like last semester, where I sent a Zoom link and reminder out days in advance. This will happen, the link will not be there until at the most probably 15 minutes before class, and it may not be on there until around 5 minutes or so before class, okay? But we will be meeting in Teams daily once these first few days are over with. As we're in orientations, we won't be meeting live, but once orientations, all the classes have gone through the orientations, we will begin meeting live each day for you. So you'll click the link, and then we'll start class. You will need to have your audio muted when you enter the room. This will help with feedback and just general noise, and so that I can make sure we have know who's here and get things rolling promptly. When you log in, please, like I said, mute the audio, make sure your video is on, and use a background. Either blur your background or use a background. That way, nobody has to worry about anything going on in the background, or artwork, or whatever other kind of things that you may not want the world to see, and the world may not want to see. Okay, so make sure you do those and get creative with your backgrounds. Some of you all know I like The Office. I was able to find a really great background of Michael Scott's Office, so I think I'm going to teach from there for a few days. Please be dressed in your school appropriate attire. Make sure you're comfortable while you're at home, but please, have a sense of being ready to come in for learning. This is not going to be like spring, where those Zoom meetings were fairly optional, and we were kind of just gathering to check in on each other. There was no real content being taught in the choral classroom. We are having school. We're having school from your home, so come with that mindset, and how you're dressed is part of that. Also, be in a chair that you can sit up in. A couch might be able to work. A sofa chair may or may not be able to work, but you need to be able to sit up and potentially stand and sing, but definitely be able to sit up and sing. We will be singing when you're on these team calls, so be prepared. It's choir. We're going to sing, okay? So make sure that you are up and that kind of thing, in a chair that helps you with your posture. Make sure that you bring a pencil and have some paper, because you will need to jot down some things. This is a choir class. We will be singing, however, due to our virtual constraints, it's going to be a little impractical for choir to look exactly the same as it does when we're in person. I want you all to have some really engagement in music, and that may mean doing some things outside of only singing the whole time. So have some paper, have a pencil, and as you get music, and you will be getting music, please have that with you as well. Okay, so we're muting the audio. Video is on with the background blurred. We are dressed and ready for school. We're in a space that we can make noise in. You'll be singing. I will not have you will be muted when you sing, so no one needs to worry about broadcasting solos over the airwaves. Have your paper and pencil and music when you have it. Okay, so those are the procedures for getting in, logging in, and starting our class. We will probably do between 30 and 45 minutes of like instruction. That may mean you're singing with me some through Zoom. It may mean that I'm demonstrating something. It may mean that I'm giving instructions, or possibly even we're discussing some music theory and some other things, which I'll get into in a minute. But it'll be probably, you need to plan for around 30 to 45 minutes of being with me from the beginning of class to that point. Now, I will have an assignment for you daily. I will have some instructions for what you do for the rest of that 90-minute block. That goes for everybody, just like you're in class. But I want to give you time during the class to do some of the things that I'm going to want you to do daily, so you're not in virtual classes all day and then have a bunch of homework in the afternoon after all that. But I will leave my team's video on for the duration of the class. So our classes that start at 7:30 and go to 8:50, I will be available via Teams the entire time. So if you get into one of the assignments, maybe we're doing a sight reading factory and you start to have some troubles, maybe there's a login issue, or maybe you're struggling with the sight reading, I'll be here for you. You'll just pop back into Teams and let me know what you need, and we'll take care of it. Okay. So I believe that's it in terms of procedures and how generally the class is going to run down. We're going to remember to be very respectful of people. I will have opportunities for you to chat, but again, in the spring, we used our Zoom times, really kind of just to connect, to make sure everybody was doing okay, did anybody have questions, and to catch up with one another, to chat, to gossip a little bit. That will not be the case this semester. We are having class. We've got goals and expectations for choir, and so we'll be working towards those. And that's not to say that we can't have some amount of time to catch up and say hi and enjoy one another's company. But in terms of having phones out texting, we're going to ask you not to do that. We're going to keep the chats. Chatting is going to be about what we're learning that day. What we're working on, so that we can get something done. We hope that we will make some progress and increase our skill level, so that when we're able to be together, when we're able to have concerts and those type of things, we are ready to go hit the ground running.